Ciao. Welcome to the stream. We've got the homeboy Pizza in the house. Woo! We're super excited because Pizza's had a couple of milestones, right?
Yeah.
Milestones. You finished top 50 last month, right? Which is congratulations. That's amazing.
As usual.
You always finish top 100, right?
Not always. Literally every season.
Okay. But you usually finish often finish top 100, but you know,
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know how to your way around a mouse. And you got signed.
Yes.
To Gale Force Esports, right?
Yes.
And do you want to shout out your Twitter handle just in case anybody's watching?
Yeah, I guess it's GFE_pizza. If anyone wants to follow me on Twitter, I post a lot of anime girls. That's my primary. I stream on Twitch. That's all I got.
and you finished. Yeah, you're killing it, man. We're really proud of you. So we're happy to have you on the stream. And you've been streaming a lot.
Yes.
And we've been tuning into your stream, and you're hosting us right now, which we really appreciate. You are awesome for doing that.
Thank you.
And Tom and I was hanging out. I took the day off, I think last Thursday, and I was watching your stream while I was doing some painting. And I saw that you were on, and I texted Tom, like, yo, Tom, tune in, Pizza streaming. In the middle of the day, it was good times. And I was watching your stream, and I overheard that somebody on chat asked you your favorite pizza, and you were like, oh, buffalo chicken.
It was what pizza do I identify as?
Oh, what pizza do you...
It's never what kind of pizza do you like. It's what pizza are you specifically.
So your response was you identify as buffalo chicken pizza.
That's my identity.
And I didn't, exactly. And I didn't want to judge your identity, your pizza identity. So now that I know it, I can use the proper pizza identity. So we're going to be making buffalo chicken pizza from scratch. I've got some chicken, and we're going to batter it and then deep fry it. And I got some dough from the local pizzeria. And maybe we're going to try throwing something in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then, so we're going to deep fry. So I'm going to make... And I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm very excited about buffalo chicken pizza. So,
Blingtron Pizza 3000.
Blingtron Pizza 3000. Yes. We're taking it all the way to the top.
Always gives you curse win.
Yeah. Curse. That's the deal 2 damage. Deal all the damage. Like deal double damage. You know about that one, Tom?
When you get hit, it doubles up.
Yeah, that's no fun.
That curse blade.
I'm sorry for overextending.
But Tom and I want to kind of hook you up with your favorite pizza, and we want to hook the stream up with watching you get down on your ladder, and maybe we can ask you some plays, and you can do some stream stuff on your account, and maybe we can hit a couple of more.
Yeah, we're up. It's not, I'm already legend this season, so there's not really much left to go.
Nice.
Except finishing strong.
Yeah.
I think what we should start with is a little bit of cooking, if you need some help with prep. And we'd love to have an expert like Pizza talk us through his thoughts on all of the nerfs that have happened since we were last doing some Hearthstone action.
The way we'll do it is I have some mozzarella, and that's the only thing that I didn't prep because I really actually loved the packaging. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful?
Ooh, this is the... Ooh. I once,
nice, right?
in a deli, I still don't know the difference, but like I wanted Mott's, and they got offended because I said Mutz. Are those 2 different types of cheeses?
No.
I don't think so.
Mozzarella, and you said mozzarella?
You just had a rude...
I just had a rude deli guy.
Yeah, so this is it. It looks like it's from Englewood, New Jersey, and it looks very beautiful. So I'm excited.
Authentic.
Yeah, there's like a little Italian lady drinking a glass of milk, and some cow licking a baby cow. So I'm pretty excited about it. So
do you want to cook and we'll talk about the nerfs?
I'm gonna start by just shredding some mutts. Yeah, I think you just got a jerk, dude.
I'm gonna pull up a list because I meant to do that before we started.
Well, we know most of them off the top, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
I think we know.
Shoot.
So we'll alphabetically, sergeant.
Alphabetically,
abusive.
Abusive sergeant, pretty significant compared to the rest of them. I think not like the most, but it does like.
Here, you can stand here.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It like kind of nerfs most of the other non-zoo aggro decks because the 2-1 stat, like Abusive Sergeant was one of the like longest
Like-
lasting cards that would have been justified to be nerfed.
Right.
And the fact that it's not a 2/1 anymore, like you can still play it in Zoo because Zoo is primarily like 1-drops that you want to win the early game with.
Are there any more 1-drop 2/1 cards left?
I'm not sure off the top of my
I
head.
don't-
Oh no,
I don't
the
think
Paladin card. The Paladin card that gives Divine Shield?
Oh, but not neutral.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
The jester or whatever that
Yeah.
thing. I know the drawing. Right,
Yeah.
with the
Nothing scares me but mice. Is that the
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah. So Zoo's still fine. The issue going forward is like things like Aggro Paladin, things like Hunter. Like Hunter can't play
Hunter
that at
can't
all
play it,
because
no.
it can't build on anything. It's just a
Right.
slot. So in that regard, like it kind of nerfs aggressive decks, but it's still fine. Like Abusive Sergeant was a very strong card. It was one of my favorite cards as a 2/1.
Yeah.
Did you like it more than Leper Gnome? Were you a Leper Gnome fan?
Leper Gnome had its place. I definitely liked Abusive Sergeant more. Like when
A little
they were
more
both,
utility.
When they were both 2/1s, I definitely liked Abusive Sergeant more. I like putting myself in situations where I can blow out my opponent, and Leper Gnome doesn't really do that. Leper Gnome just like wins the game on its own if you play it on one.
I want to kill this mosquito, but he's gone.
No. Don't worry, we'll just handle the West now later when we get it.
So would you ever play, like if you were in a jam, would you ever play Abusive Sergeant just as a 2/1 body?
Yeah, generally versus
And that's over now.
versus Hunter, yeah, because he trades up as well. That was
Right.
the biggest part about it, is that the ability to like play it on one and then trade up with a 2-drop, most 2-drops in fact. Because
So
I think
slice
only
this.
like 2/3 for 2 is like River Croc and cards like that.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you that flexibility that you're looking for, as opposed to like only trying to use it for the ability. And
Yeah.
that's really where you have it now.
Yeah.
So
What you got next? If you've got it memorized.
execute. Or is that?
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking alphabetically.
Yeah.
That's good.
that's the next one
Yeah.
alphabetically. Okay. So
Call of the Wild.
Oh, you're right. Call yeah. So Call of the Wild, a bit more significant because now you can't hero power the same turn that you get it. I still think it's playable from what we've seen.
Oh,
There's-
that's interesting. So it's like 5 instead of 7 at 10 mana. 5 damage instead of 10 mana.
Yeah, instead of
Right.
7, yes. You can still play it. We're still like on the
I
drawing
still
board.
run 2 in a
You can still play
mid-range
one. I
Resolve
played
deck.
the very day that Hunter got nerfed, or all the nerfs happened. I was playing Hunter with both Call of the Wilds and Ragnaros.
And you had all 3 in your opening hand?
Yeah, well, occasionally, like, being able to curve out into Ragnaros, I think Ragnaros is the big staple. Like, Ragnaros gets a buff in terms of Hunter as a result, because now you absolutely need that finisher.
Right.
It leaves you so that maybe you don't have to play Call of the Wild if you're playing Ragnaros, because you have that endgame. But Call of the Wild at 9 mana is probably still fair, honestly. Not as a 2 of, but as a 1 of, it's respectable.
I was listening to Golden Wisp, and they were saying, like, it doesn't feel horrible playing it on 9 mana.
Yeah, it's still great. Like,
but it feels better to have it played against you at 9 mana instead of 8.
Yes. Yeah. Like, you can win a game if they cast it on 9, as opposed to, like, because the game is just extended so much further.
So do you still?
Jeez.
Sure.
Do you still?
Hello, Texas.
Is it still part of your? You know, has it been removed from decks that you've played?
Well-
is it something that's it's a treat if you can get it off?
Yeah, I'm a bit, because I'm super greedy with most of my decks that I play. I'm willing to entertain the idea of like winning with Call of the Wild, and that's the great thing about Hearthstone, is that like if you play with these things in mind, like you can win any game.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it correct.
Yeah.
But it makes it playable.
Thank
like,
you.
Call of the Wild, as opposed to cards like what's an example I want to use? Like, what's an example of a card that got completely nerfed? Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like the way that they would nerf them. Call of the Wild is still playable, and it is probably
You're still very strong.
it's balance as opposed to nerfed. You know what I mean? And that's really what
Right.
that's what Blizzard that's what you're gonna see with every change that they make going forward, because the developers are still learning. So this is them getting it the way that they wanted to in the first place.
Right.
It's kind of unfortunate because like Call of the Wild when it was amazing, but like this is still fine. Call of the Wild is playable, and you can win a game if you keep that in mind. That doesn't make it correct. And there are actually a lot of newer decks in the Hunter archetype that are coming out as a result because people don't want to play Call of the Wild. And I think that's better.
What kind of
Secrets mostly.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them are
Right,
playing.
'cause you can play secrets for free.
Yeah, the 3-4 that lets you play Secrets for free is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Aggro Hunter is getting a lot of attention now.
Face Hunter?
Yeah, Face Hunter. Yeah.
I remember
I
that.
was playing some Face Hunter. Face Hunter is not bad because I feel like I don't feel as bad. That we had a guest on a couple of weeks ago. This guy, I forget what his crazy name was, but this guy Alex, and he was shitting on me for playing Face Hunter. Face Hunter isn't OP like it used to be.
Yeah.
Face Hunter used to be like a disgusting, horrible deck when it was like Leper Gnomes and
Leper Gnome Abusive Sergeant.
it was Leper Gnome, Abusive Sergeant, we were talking about it, there was a really crazy build that I think it was a Chinese player brought that had, what's the 2-1 mech that gives you the spare part? Like he had...
Clockwork Gnome?
Yeah, he had Clockwork Gnomes in it. It was like every 1-drop and 2-drop that was super aggressive. And it was, it was just like barreling, and if you threw up a couple taunts, you win.
Yeah,
but if you didn't get to them,
you just hear about a game. Like the ability, like you have to know what kind of game you're playing, and that's just a constant that you'll run into. But so long, like Call of the Wild, as opposed to like cards like Tuskar Totemic, which we'll get to,
I'm
are
gonna
still
move you there now that Sasha's moved over.
Oh.
are still very viable.
Uh-huh.
So it's don't count out Call of the Wild. It's still very important.
I think it's still an awesome card.
If you want to play mid-range, you want to play this late game.
It's like a finisher.
Yes. Yeah. There were several times when I had double Call of the Wild in hand, which is why I'm saying that I would consider only playing one of Ragnaros,
right?
Because it also like balances out that late game strategy. You didn't have Ragnaros in those old mid-range hunters decks, but now you have a second finisher, and that's what's. Every time you take something out, like you have to add something in to balance it out.
Right.
And that's just important in deck building in general.
Before we discuss charge, Sasha, you want to tell the
Sure.
fans what
So
we're doing?
I got a chicken breast, and I sliced it up to kind of smaller pieces. That way we can, spread it out beautifully across the pizza.
Yes.
And so I've got some just plain white flour, and I seasoned it with salt, white pepper, and black pepper. And I'm doing what's called dredging, and that's just covering it with flour. After that, I'm going to dip it into my egg wash, which I've got right here, which is just an egg beaten. And then I'm going to dip it in panko crust. And then, or panko
Tell
crumbs.
people what panko crust is.
I don't know. Let's see what panko actually is.
Is it just bread and salt?
Bread flakes. Wheat flour, salt, yeast, sugar, yeast food. There
Yeast
you go.
food.
Yeast food.
I was watching a Trump rally today where a guy said, "You're the yeast. Go out and get some more people to vote for Trump."
Whoa. That's
I
heady.
thought of a different kind of yeast, but that's inappropriate for this family-friendly stream. What about charge?
Charge is exactly like we've seen it time and time again that they don't want combo decks, and they don't want decks that aren't very interactive.
Yeah.
When Miracle Rogue was a thing in beta, they nerfed that because of how much damage you can do. And when Patron was the best deck in the format, they did the same thing. There's another constant. The question is, how often do people
Actually play those decks like on ladder?
yeah,
or?
how often do people actually play those decks?
Did you ever play that card?
Yes.
You did?
Yes. I played.
Were you playing the Worgen? The Worgen deck?
Yeah. When Worgen was viable, I'm actually very partial to combo decks. That's one of my some of my favorite archetypes to play, as opposed to like control. People always think that I like playing control decks just because I always play the best deck, which is kind of frustrating. But I love combo decks the most. Like it's really awkward. If I ever have a decision, that's the one I'll make.
So how come is it just there's too many cards for the like Leroy, abusive, faceless? Is that just not enough? Too many cards. You need Emperor.
No, they made in my opinion, they made like a mistake in having a basic set as opposed to core sets. And that's
explain that because
Yeah,
we're both
please.
not.
okay.
We're
So
both not
generally in card games, as we're seeing now in Hearthstone, cards will cycle in and out.
Right.
But there'll always be this set of base cards that you'll have that they'll be reprinted. It's called the core set in Magic. I'm not sure what they call it in Yu-Gi-Oh. But these cards, like they're similar, and then sometimes like they'll add or remove a card as time goes on. But they'll always be like the same thing. Like in Magic, you'll always see like Birds of Paradise, Lightning Bolt, etc.
Is this also Evergreen?
Yes, that's a much better word to use.
Okay.
That's nice. Very nice.
But the fact that they keep reprinting these cards means that they can adjust it as they see fit as time goes on. And if you have just like this set of basic cards that you have, eventually like they're gonna have to nerf some of the things, which is what we're seeing with Charge, with Auctioneer, with Leroy. I guess is Leroy in the basic? Yeah, Leroy is in the basic set. And a lot of people are calling for maybe just a hardcore set so that you can keep reprinting things as necessary.
Right.
But eventually, like you get to a point where all the basic cards are fixed the way that things want, and that just is your core set. So it's kind of complicated. Like maybe Blizzard just like figures it out at a certain point, and like they get the classic set right, which is fair. Like that's definitely something that could happen. But until then, like they have to make these adjustments to cards like Charge. Because that's one of the things, like, since beta, that's what they've wanted to do. They wanted to make it so that a player can't just, like, kill you from 30 with minimal effort.
Right.
So...
Well, it's not minimal effort. It's math.
Yeah. There's a lot of math involved. But cards like Emperor, cards like Charge...
Right.
Those are the things that I think they're going to try and avoid going further. Because they just represent so much.
So we interrupted you. What are your thoughts on the Charge nerf?
I think it's fair. I'm not entirely sure if I know that they wanted to do that so they could have a little bit more flexibility going forward.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if enough people played Charge to justify it, but it definitely was frustrating, like losing to Charge Worgans.
The Charge Worgan, that was
where I'd already won.
Right. Yeah, you think you got somebody on the ropes and you're sitting at 25 and then they got you.
In any time that a change is made, like it's like we'll live. Like it's not I'm not gonna stop playing Hearthstone because of a decision that they made. But it does call for thought. And like I said before, the developers are still learning. So it's important to know that like eventually like they'll figure out what Hearthstone is supposed to be.
And they've gotten so much better at actually being proactive instead of reactive.
Yep.
Do you remember how long Undertaker was rampant?
Yeah, played it every single time.
So you were playing it?
Every time it was possible, I played Undertaker.
I took a stand against playing Undertaker. I did like the Scavenging Vulture? What's the Vulture card?
Starving Buzzard.
Starving Buzzard. I did like the Starving Buzzard Unleash combo.
Yeah. Vulture, I like that. So our next nerf, and welcome to Mark Shire, also just joined the stream.
Hello.
Execute. Cost increased from 1 to 2. What do you say, old cat?
More significant in tempo than it is in control. And a lot of people were disputing that.
Yes, for sure.
You're not seeing as much Dragon Warrior on ladder as you did before, because Dragon Warrior was one of the best decks. I'm not sure yet. It'll take a lot of time to see like how these nerfs settle in, really.
Yeah.
Because people will. The ability to just like Ravage and Goal and execute on turn 4, the ability to like it was so much more flexible.
Yeah.
Especially with cards like Emperor, being able to make things 0 mana for Cthulhu Warrior.
Yeah.
And for the combo decks that you saw before, it was very, very powerful. And like execute was a staple in every warrior deck as a result.
And do you think that the loss is more felt, like you said, on turn 4, or in late game when your opponent can pull out some sort of big game finishing minions?
I think the tempo play is much more impactful. Like so, the earlier that you can actually cast and execute, like Totem Golem is really popular now, and actually that's all the nerfs that you see now actually had a bit of a hand in helping Shaman become one of the best decks in the format.
Yeah.
Because now you can't like Blood Dagger execute or like Ghoul execute now.
Right.
As early as you could have. So all your removal gets pushed back a bit, which is why Shaman, like I said, it's why Shaman is so prevalent now.
Yeah.
So you agree with Reynad that even though they nerfed, what was it, Rockbiter, that Shaman is stronger than it was before the nerf?
Shaman is so much stronger than it used to be.
So let's discuss Rockbiter then.
Well, before Rockbiter, there's a
few.
Tuskar Totemic.
Tuskar Totemic?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuskar Totemic is entirely fine the way it is now. Like, I definitely didn't see I saw the appeal, obviously, in rolling Totem Golem, but there's still a little control about it. Like it pushes the game
Yeah.
so much in your favor that it's kind of tough to want to.
I was listening to the Golden Wisp today. Mark Shire asked if we discussed Call of the Wild. Yes, we did.
We did.
Playable but fair. That was our consensus.
That's the consensus.
The Golden Wisp guys said that basically they've noticed that Tuskar is basically out. Like it's just out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the 3/2 body is essentially just free. Like Mana
Yeah.
Totem is good, Totem Golem is good. Totems in general, like the synergy behind Thing from Below is so strong. And it'd be for like Shaman was once the worst class. If you count
I remember,
if
yeah.
you count the Undertaker Priest meta. That was the last time that like Shaman was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they started buffing things instead of balancing them in regards to Shaman.
Oh.
And the issue with that is that they never stopped. That's the key. Is that like
Right.
they buffed instead of balanced, and that's one of the biggest flaws in designing, right? So when they wanted to buff Shaman, they printed the 4-mana 7/7. They printed Tuskar Totemic. They printed Spirit Claws. They printed Mail.
Healing Wave.
I
And
like the
they
word,
never.
the term printed. I like
They
that.
never. Oh yeah, right. That's because.
Yeah, that's great.
And they never stopped. Like they never stopped, but they also never buffed Priest in the same way. They never buffed like Rogue in the same way. They never buffed Warlock in the same way. I guess if you really want to count the discard, like nothing to an extent. And that's the big issue is that like they buffed instead of balanced. And that's,
Right.
Now the
So-
chickens have come home to roost.
Yeah.
That's right. The Buffalo Chickens. So now we're to Rockbiter.
Did we miss anything?
No, there's Yogs after that, but we just talked Tuskar.
Oh, there wasn't anything in between T and E?
Not according to my sources.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But was Rockbiter? I mean, a lot of people say that Doomhammer should have been one to get.
Yeah.
Moved.
I got my ass kicked by a
Yeah.
Doomhammer today.
It's the question is how, and nobody has an answer after that point.
Right.
I certainly don't.
To nerf it? Because it's 2 overload, making it 3 overload is way too expensive, right?
Yeah, I guess that's one of the flaws in digital card games is that like how do you like we could easily spend hours just like testing whether or not Doomhammer costs 6 mana and X amount of overload.
Right.
But how do you figure that out? And nobody really has an answer to that question. Rockbiter's there, I want to say, but it also doesn't see any play, and it's also like a reasonable card. Like I really like Rockbiter because it forces you to use your life as a resource at a certain point. And I don't have the answer to
Yeah.
how to fix the Doomhammer problem because Doomhammer was really like one of the bigger issues. I think.
Right. Okay. And our last nerf.
Big Daddy Yogg.
Yeah. Do you ever even play Yog? As
Yeah.
someone
Well,
who's-
you just said that you crafted a golden yard.
Yeah, I
You
crafted-
won 1%ed out here.
I played. I played for maybe when did the nerfs go live?
Last Wednesday or something?
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, a full week ago.
Yeah, and like 2 or 3 days ago, I crafted Golden Yogg because I was still playing like Mali Druid. Like
Yeah.
Yogg is still fine. The thing about Yogg, Mali Druid in particular, is that like the majority of the time when you're playing the deck, in like these token strategies, like you're still sort of the aggressor. Yogg is really just a last ditch effort if you're actually going to die.
Right.
That's the case anyway. If Yogg is going to kill himself,
Right.
You just want him to cast an AOE or draw you maybe a couple cards.
Right.
And, like,
Heal a little bit.
Fix the situation where you were going to be dead anyway.
Right.
And
It's the Hail Mary.
yeah.
So that actually leads me to, as someone who is now, on a team who's playing at a very serious level, right? A card like a Yogg, that sort of dice roll,
Yeah.
which has become much more of a dice roll now that it goes away if it's silenced or killed. Is that something that's interesting to you at all, or does it kind of take the card away? Do you discount it? Was it a card it's for fun?
No,
but not
I mean,
for when you're really getting down to business.
Yogg was supposed that's the thing about plans. I want to say like at a certain point like you have to accept that's a part of your plan. Like I could cast Yogg and Yogg could just kill himself, or he could just like win me the game. And I think that was always the case with Yogg, I guess. That was
Yeah.
the case initially with Yogg, which is why people didn't play it, because it's like, oh, what if I cast Yogg, you power blast my face a million times?
Yeah.
Like, you just have to accept that.
Yeah.
Yogg still pays off quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you're seeing it's just a Hail Mary with, it pays off though.
Yeah, versus the aggro decks, like, you kind of lose a lot of value because versus like in Druid in particular, like versus Shaman and versus Zoo, like your plan was to just like ramp as much as you can, and then Yogg would fix the situation, but you're going to be dead anyway. So like it's frustrating, yes, if your Yogg just like kills himself on the first spell,
Yeah.
but like you just sort of accept these things. That's
Right.
Hearthstone, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, yeah.
Is
So-
that what it is?
That's the tagline.
Before you take us on the ladder, we'd love to just hear about, you signed to a team.
Quick tip.
Oh, please.
So I don't have a good thermometer, but I read somewhere that you can test to see if your boiling oil is ready by putting the end of a wooden
Oh, I think-
spoon
Oh, really?
into it, and if it bubbles, it's like it's ready. You see how it's kind of bubbling?
Damn. Do our cameras pick that up? Not too bad.
A little bit.
A little bit. It's ready. Let us fry, my
Couple
friends.
bubbles.
Couple bubbles.
Yeah, while Sasha's frying this chicken, tell us about the pro life, man. You're
Oh,
pro.
yeah. Well, I was signed to Gale Forest Esports the day before my birthday, which was. Yeah, I'm super old, still playing video games, kids.
Wow.
You guys, come on, please.
Well, shut
But,
down the stream, everyone.
Yeah.
The manager, Freddie Madness Crespo, as someone I've known for quite some time from.
That's
when
such a great name,
Yeah.
Freddie Madness Crespo.
Madness. Yeah. He knew me from when I used to play. I used to play Magic the Gathering competitively, and he wanted me to sign to play in the Hearthstone team. So a lot of New York players. I'll join Terrence M. And
Holler.
starting next year, like when the season start up again, we'll be going to DreamHack. We'll be putting out articles. We're already streaming now. So we're going to be putting out a lot of content, and if you want to find out that, you can follow Gale Force Esports, and follow them at the website where we'll be posting articles. That's pretty much like, for the time being, until tournaments start up again, like open tournaments, we're just going to be like trying to put out content and streaming and stuff. So
Awesome, man.
it's going to be, it's really fun. I'm excited to play more Hearthstone.
That's a great place to be.
Yeah.
So many people get burned out.
Some people, getting burned out. Like, I've never gotten burned out at the idea of playing card games. It's like one of the only things.
You haven't had a Raynad stream where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm done with this. I'm done.
mean,
I hate all of you. I hate
I
hate my
get
life.
tilted, but like, card games are like, I love playing card games, and it's really fun to like be able to like to have somebody like say, hey, we want to support you, and we want to see like what you can do when you get thrown into a
Dude,
tournament.
yeah.
And like having like you guys
Love
have always supported me. I remember actually the first time that we met,
Yeah.
you were filming at like the Fireside Gathering, and we were talking because I just like hit in top 100 legend, and you asked like, is that something that is the professional, like something that you would want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt kind of bad because I looked, I was like, yeah, like it never crossed my mind that would ever like be something that I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Like anytime that I play like a game, like I want to like try to be as good as possible as I
Yeah.
can. And like the fact that like somebody would support me on that is awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
And is that part of, part of your job is to do well in tournaments and
Yeah.
to try to win it all. But is part of your job also, are you guys content providers? Are you guys a entertainment organization? If there's so much of the year that you're streaming,
Yeah.
is the main goal to win tournaments and win big?
Yeah, or
is
I
it a
mean,
mix?
it's kind of like that's because as opposed to like different esports like CS:GO or like Overwatch, I guess. We spoke about that, and like since we all come from a card game background,
Yeah.
that's kind of a given, I guess.
Yeah.
If that's an appropriate word to use, where like we have to accept that like Hearthstone's Hearthstone, and like branch into different aspects of it. In like by
Right.
that I mean like
Right.
explaining the plays that we're going to make and like marketing what it's like to ladder, what it's like to play in tournaments, what it's like to build tournament lineup stacks,
Right.
and to broadcast that so that other people can learn, because that's part of a marketing thing that I guess teams would be appealing to.
Yeah.
If that I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but like we're going to be putting out a lot of content as well as playing in tournaments.
No, you explained that very well. And you watching your stream, you're someone who really explains. You're always talking through what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is that something? Does that go across your team? Is that your personal style?
I guess it's my personal style. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just me and Terrence. Terrence is pretty analytical as well. I don't know.
He is.
He explains a lot of things well, but I'm just super boring, so I don't have anything else to talk about with the
No,
game.
You can talk about Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
You can talk about Sailor Moon.
Yeah, we talk about that.
You can talk about pizza.
It's whatever the stream wants to talk about, and then I talk about the plays that are going on, and we just respond to them.
Well, let's go. Let's take a spin, man.
All
right,
I'm
let's-
gonna
yeah,
move
let's get to
this.
So, just a official announcement, Sasha. I want to let people know this is the first time we've got.
This is the first
we're
time
on
we're.
someone else's account.
Yeah, this
The first time starting off with a concession. So what a great.
So this fried chicken is looking pretty good so far. Keep doing this.
All right, which would you actually prefer? Because it really. Do you wanna play some druid since we just had a full conversation about it, or we want to play
Yeah,
like,
I
some
want to
shaman?
see. I want to see your druid.
Okay. Well, this is the list that Sixo, formerly of Team Navi, played to
So,
WSG.
Double Moonfire, so it's Mali.
Yeah, it's the Malagos version
So,
with-
Curator, so what's your dragon is Malagos? What's your Murloc?
There are no Murlocs. The only beast is Jungle Moonkin.
Oh, this is the Jungle Moonkin version.
Yeah, yeah. And Jungle Moonkin, like a
Oh.
lot of the, like few of the cards that you'll see on ladder right now can really punish it. Like they're really one for ones. Short of like Lightning Storm and
Mana Maelstrom.
Maelstrom Portal.
Maelstrom
Yeah.
Portal.
But the ability to like the interaction we're looking for is Jungle Moonkin and Swipe, as well as like just Moonfire to clean up a lot of the early game in like the aggressive matchups. So like Moonkin actually like surprised me. It put in a lot of work from what I saw. The game goes really long, and I guess there aren't that many shamans I was watching today, but
Whose stream are you watching?
that's a good question. I was watching Muzzy's stream earlier because the last call was happening.
Okay.
Muzzy,
wait, last call was today?
no, last call was this weekend.
It's
but
this
Muzzy,
weekend, but
yeah.
Muzzy's preparing for it.
No,
No?
he was playing wacky decks, but
Oh, okay.
but he revealed his deck lineups, which you'll see a lot of people on Twitter going forward. I believe Noblord already did for his. I don't know if Chestu did, but
Do they have to do that?
no. I mean, it'll get out. Like people generally, I'll spoil the secret. When you qualify for a tournament, they ask you to send in your deck list, and it gets added to a Google Drive. But anybody can look at it, so you just
Any of the other team, the other people, not the team, any
Yeah.
of the other competitors.
yeah. The other competitors get it themselves, but they send it to them for their friends, and
Gotcha.
that gets out. But we'll start with some druid, I guess. We'll probably switch to shaman at a certain point because it's just not. It's just
Unless we get on a roll. So
Yeah.
what's your current rank?
125 legend.
Hey,
Oh, 124.
124.
Oh,
I got to 19 before. Not 19.
not that legend.
I saw your Twitter status. It was like I got peaked at 19 today, and I was
Yeah.
like, was he playing Wild? Like, did he stream for 15 minutes playing Wild, and he like got on a win streak of 3 games?
So, do you find yourself, because when Sasha texted me the other day, you were playing Danny Wu.
Oh yeah, you ran into Danny Wu on
Yeah.
the
Find
ladder.
yourself running into people that you know at
Um,
this level a lot?
yeah.
Like, not that maybe you don't know personally, but you're like, oh, there's.
I know of yeah. In the same like.
So, do you know their styles of play, and
Yeah.
does that adjust what you do?
Yeah.
When
Like,
you're up there?
well, a lot of people people don't really try to do that anymore, I guess.
So is
Like-
it? Sorry to interrupt, but real quick, is it spell with both the Raven Isles all the time, or is it matchup dependent?
Generally, yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
With the exception of having Fandral, like there's never really an option to
Okay.
that you'd want. Or like if you're actually just like flat out at fatigue, and you have no other minions, it's acceptable to go through it. But by that point, you're probably already dead.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay to lead with idle here, because we have turns 2 and 3 followed up. We really want to try
Right.
and find a 4-drop. And
Or
this
on
doesn't
the
really,
Raven
this doesn't really do anything. This could kill a Tomb Pillager, which is kind of fine.
Oh,
But taking the other idol, like we can just as easily hero power with the Mire Keeper. So I think I'm just gonna take the idol and cycle for an extra Yogg spell. But
Your stream is fucking great, man.
thank you.
Like,
What?
the way you explain things is really great.
yeah, because I never think more than one turn ahead. You're thinking about their entire deck. Like you just pulled out their 5 drop, right? Is
Yeah,
it 5 drop?
That's 4 drop.
4 drop.
But yeah, like there are a few players who like specialize with the deck. Like if you see Fibonacci playing Warrior, which we
That's
actually
like
played
fatigue,
yesterday, he will always play Control Warrior. If you see Laughing playing Mage, he'll always play Freeze Mage. Chess Dude will always play Malagos Rogue.
It's great. So that's like kind of a preview of the tournament scene. Like you'll
Yes,
like
yes,
when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
playing at a high
Yeah.
level and you're going up against another high level player,
Yeah.
you'll know like, oh, this guy has this style.
Yeah.
You know, he's aggressive or he's very conservative or he, you know.
Yeah, they've generally like I've had that done against myself because I was like at one point I was known as the Zoo guy because I just always brought Zoo to the tournament.
Right.
So.
Right.
But this is a fair turnout. Like he still has the coin, so maybe he'll like go for an auctioneer coin play. It's good that we have Moonkin, but it also lowers the value of our curator in the deck because now this is actually the only target for curator. But it's kind of irrelevant because we have Fangel, so we're just gonna go on these Raven Idols now.
Yeah. Let's refill the hand. Value town.
I guess GM answer is the best case scenario. We could take Dynastis Aspirant, but this kind of fits our game plan a little bit better.
Yeah.
As does Moonfire.
Moonfire, for sure.
Gee whiz.
Oh, I guess we are on stream, so we always have to take so the thing about this deck is that like it's essentially like it's a combo deck. The main pieces being this and Curator being able to find Malagos and Moonkin. There are only 3 dragons in the deck and 1 Moonkin, so you can assure yourself that there are very good odds that you'll find it. At this point, if we do nothing for the rest of the game but just try to survive, Malagos plus Moonfire and like these spells will actually just flat out kill them.
Gotcha.
And we also have 2 Yoggs in our deck, so what could possibly go wrong?
Well, post nerf, I don't know.
Famous last words, right?
Sash, what's the update?
The update is chicken.
Hey.
Fried chicken in the house.
You can never go wrong with chicken.
Nope.
That's
So what do you see? Okay.
all right. This is really good because we have Wrath. I'm sorry. What was your?
No, I was saying, what are you seeing at this level? What are people playing against? You know.
It's the thing. I guess the problem is like I said before that tournament like ladder doesn't really feed points. We're just gonna keep cycling to find the Drake. But since ladder, okay, this is a really good pickup because this ideally finds us. It's a 50-50 now to find the Malagos.
Yeah.
In which case, like we'll just kill him on turn 9.
What's the other dragon in the deck?
Azure Drake.
Azure.
So, since ladder doesn't really feed any points, a lot of people are taking this time to learn decks that they wouldn't normally play.
Right.
Like this person's probably like trying to find the right rogue deck that they want to play.
Right.
I know he doesn't. I've seen this person play rogue a fair bit, but not like well.
Let's hope he's not watching. Shots fired.
And okay, so this is fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess we can just set up the taunt and not die to. So this is 20, 21, 24. Wow, so yeah, we'll just go for it.
Yeah.
This is okay. So we didn't hit.
Sap, but that's no.
I mean, we're just dead to sap anyway. There's nothing you can really do about situations like this. But we're at 9 cards now. We can just easily go like Moonkin, Geomancer if this guy lives and we live.
Can I offer you guys an appetizer?
Of course.
A little buffalo chicken.
Thank you.
What makes a buffalo chicken, Sasha?
Oh, buffalo sauce, I assume.
What's buffalo sauce?
Cayenne peppers.
Okay, so he's trading, which is fine for us.
Yeah.
and now he's taking this. So was this actually just lethal? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Oh, we're 1 off. It's unfortunate.
But we get to see the Moonkin swipe, right?
Oh, yes, we do. I guess, do we? That's kind of...
No? Oh, no, not yet.
So...
1 off, huh?
Yeah, because we can 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This swipe Moonfire is actually just 1 mana off lethal.
Wait. 5. Wait, so 5.
Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I'm
We
an
have
idiot. I'm an
lethal,
idiot.
right?
We have lethal.
Yeah.
100%. All right, you guys. You guys are the better players. We're 1 over. All right.
Pow, 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 pow.
We didn't get to use our
Maybe they'll sign you guys instead.
No, you worked it out with plenty of
Yeah.
You were distracted by the sweet,
But
the
yeah,
sweet
the
nectar
delicious
chicken.
buffalo chicken. All right, we'll keep it going.
That was great.
But what were we talking about before I missed lethal?
You didn't miss it.
Ladder
If
in
you
general.
miss it in the first part of your turn, but get it.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
later
yeah,
part
you
of
get it in the
your
end,
turn,
then it's
does
fine.
That
That's
count
not-
as missing lethal.
Always. It's
it's miss lethal.
that's the thing. That's the great thing about card games. It's not does it happen? Does it happen optimally?
Yeah.
And that's what you have to really. Okay, so we're dead. Warriors a really good matchup though.
Oh yeah.
For them. For the warrior deck, you want to really go all in on the combo. So I guess it's fine that we have Malagos. But
wow.
we
Keep Malagos in our hand?
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's fine. It's fine to like have these things because they're fine for the combo. But you still need the wild growth. You still need, and along the way, like when you're taking these ramp spells, you're also going to pick up draw spells, and that's a way of generating card advantage. So like we have wild growth, and now we can go into Drake, and we can just keep cycling cards while pressuring him.
Right.
And along the way, like we can pick up Curator, or we can pick up separate pieces of the combo that we want to play.
How much time do you have against a warrior?
Okay,
gets out of hand.
we have infinite amount of time because now he's aggro, but the the number of the full combo minus any Raven Isle that you can pick up is 34.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
got
say
it.
that
You
again?
got it down.
It's
The combo is 34 damage.
yeah.
Crazy.
Because it's 7 per damage spell. There are 4 damage spells, so it's 28. The question, like, it's a good question here whether or not we're actually just gonna hero power this down. We don't need the wild growth right now. Since we want to conserve our life total, we don't want to take this 2 immediately. Like we can gain 1 life by just hitting it down, and the next turn we can innervate Drake, which leads us into Fandral, into like nourish wild growth we want.
Wow.
Whoa, it all went so fast.
Yeah.
So we'll do it one more time.
Okay, so if we hero power here and just like hit this down, we gain 1 life by hero powering as opposed to like wild growthing. But if we leave it up in favor of wild growth, we don't get the mana effectively because we're just going to innervate Drake anyway next turn. So it's actually better to just hero power this down as opposed to wild growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which it also leads us into like just playing Fandral cold, and then like we can nourish into wild growth. Because in the aggressive matchups, you really just want to like have the mana advantage so that you can start playing things. See, now he has this, which will be contested well with the Drake,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have a weapon. Like he would just play a weapon.
There's that golden yog.
Yeah.
Let's see it. I haven't seen his animation.
Yeah. What does Golden Yog do? He just kind of.
He just kind of
right.
handles the storm.
Oh, he's got some lightning going there.
Yeah. Zumba. Alright. Time for this.
What's that?
This is the dough
Pizza
from
dough.
the pizzeria in the neighborhood.
Hey, spin
Layla
that,
Jones.
Spin that cutting board around.
Oh. But of course, I got a really interesting. I tweeted today, earlier today, that
funny
you were
it's
coming on the
nice.
show, and I got a like from a cutting board company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a high-end cutting board company. Boos, B-O-O-S, I think.
So
It's okay to just play this out there.
Naked.
Yeah, we really. This is There's minimal risks to like max reward. If you want, he just used a Mortal Strike for 1. He can't coin Arcanite Reaper, and if he wants to War Axe plus hit this down, that's a lot of value that we're getting. More so than realistically we could have gotten this. And then if he just chooses to ignore it because it's an aggro deck, then we get Nourish into Wild Growth that we wanted before, and we get to hit.
Yeah. Okay.
So like in aggro matchups,
it's a win-win.
yeah, a lot of the time it's okay to just play things because the aggro plan is to
It's like
to hit you in
ignore
the
it.
face a bunch. Yeah,
Right.
they have to ignore it and hit you in the face.
So he's totally ignoring it right here.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we know even if he has Fire Blast plus Execute, he can't cast both of them.
Oh yeah. Look at that. He totally ignored it.
It's kind of Frothing Berserker is always pretty daunting though. So maybe like it's debatable whether or not like you want to just like Nourish Hero Power this down. It'll involve us taking 4 damage, which is kind of awkward, especially like if he does have Arcanite Reaper. But it also helps us find Harrison Jones. Harrison Jones is right now especially.
You run a Harrison.
Yeah, most decks right now do because of the threat of Shaman. So like it's kind of awkward, but like I said, like it's a pretty big risk. Being able to ramp into Yogg is I think a justifiable reason to cast a Nourish here, and also we can just we can
so amazing. That's so much value.
Yeah.
That's insane value.
we can just as easily find Wrath, which is also a really good reason. But we didn't, so I'm just gonna hit.
Just hero power it.
Yeah, it's okay to take 4, I guess. Like we're at a healthy life total, and we have a lot of cards on him. Having double swipe is also very very good. And these two still contest the board well.
What was that astonishing for?
I guess he has Arcanite Reaper
Gotta tell you.
or Mortal Strike. If he Mortal Strikes this down, then we're 100% fine. Because we're gaining, like he's not hitting our face, so like we're effectively gaining 4.
Right. Oof, deep math, man.
We could double swipe if we wanted to. It lets us go. So the Arcan Giant would be,
You are so far ahead of him in mana.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
and we're very far ahead on cards as well. Like we can just as easily like, I guess in this case we don't really have much to do.
Aesthetic question: should I push this out with my fingers or use the rolling pin?
What feels better to you?
Yeah.
I think this feels
Yeah,
pretty
get your
good.
hands in there.
So,
Let's
but we
get
also we might want the option to just like I guess double swipe clears entirely, which is important to us. It lets us go
this
into
guy's got
Raven
all-
Idol for whatever we want, and we also have the option to just ramp if we want to just like straight up draw cards with both Wild Growths. So I think I'm gonna lead with that.
That's great. That's great. I mean, this is crazy.
Like we have so many other threats to finish him with. It's not I'm not gonna wait to save these swipes.
Sasha, you wanna chime in on your adventures there?
No.
No. As long as no one watches, it'll get done.
Do I wanna lead with this? It's debatable whether or not. I guess if I hit a Wrath or something, I would want to do this. I want to Mire Keeper, Raven Idol, and Feral Rage for armor. As long as you do Feral Rage for armor, nothing can really realistically go wrong. And we can also find a way to cast this giant for free. We're still at a pretty healthy life total, all things considered.
Yeah.
And Moonglade Portal, definitely another way to handle this.
Wow.
It also applies a threat, which I think is very important for this. What it doesn't do is get rid of this. So what I could
It's
do,
a high mana cost.
yeah, it adds a 6-drop, which is probably very good. But anytime that you play against an aggro deck, you want to factor the 3/2 pirate, and so you really don't want to leave up pirates.
Okay.
So I think what I'm going
To clear it.
to do, I think I'm going to clear it and just take the Feral Rage as a result because it lets me develop. So this is kind of a vulnerable turn, but it also lets us put a clock on him. So we can Feral Rage next turn and Giant. So this will be 2, 4, 5. So this will cost 1. So yeah. So he had the thing as expected.
Right. So what's the play?
We'll just draw first. Since we know our Giant's going to be free, we can also set up lethal. We have to play her on the second Mortal Strike. And we have a Wrath as well. So this thing will be
Amazing.
quite uncostly.
Yeah. Quite uncostly indeed.
I guess we can cycle this since we can give it 3/2. We still have to play around it, and we'll just have a Giant. But having multiple threats is fine.
That's great.
Woo!
And And then this will find Malagos, so that we actually don't have to play around Mortal Strike at this point because we'll have the taunt. This should be enough life to just like flat kill him.
When do you squelch your opponent?
Oh, immediately, but but like I've been explaining it, so I just like haven't even bothered. He's probably like very dead. He's been low on resources since the early game, so it's actually not even that big of a deal. All right, so we'll be at 12. We could just trade here, and then living roots this. It actually does nothing though. Oh, just in time, Harrison. we already played a Drake this game, right?
Yes. If memory serves.
All right, so we'll just play this a little bit more conservatively. There's the Malagos. So like I said, we're gonna play around Mortal Strike. We'll just.
The camera over for
Oh,
this.
I can move it over. Hold on.
No, it's okay. We're good.
We'll just trade.
I got you, Sash.
Yeah, we're good. I don't need to move
Yeah.
it. So I'm gonna upcycle the tomato sauce from 2 weeks ago. I froze it and I thawed it out.
Nice. Upcycle.
That's a buzzword.
Cycle
It's an
for
SAT
tomato
word.
sauce.
I don't know if it's an SAT word or not.
I like that. I like that circular pizza there.
Yeah, I've never really done a circular pizza. I wanted to
10,
make it a
13,
circle.
yeah. So like, aggro decks are kind of boring in this regard. You just have to stay alive.
Right.
The ability to have Curator just like tutor up lethal for you is pretty fair. And there's Malagos for the fans.
Wow. Brutal.
Wait, let's unsquelch him, see if he emotes again. Oh, we didn't get it in time. It feels bad. But you can kind of see like why this would be so favorable, I guess. The real question is the Shaman threat. Shaman's kind of an awkward matchup because you have to play it so differently. You have to hold on to Moonkin. You also have to find Moonkin
Right.
really quickly just to keep the board clear.
Sash, tell us
Yeah,
what
what's going on?
magnificence you're arranging there.
So I neglected to think about the timing with the buffalo sauce. So this one's gonna be first. I can actually leave that chilling. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Sorry. I got confused, but I'm not confused anymore. Nothing is fucked here, dude.
Nothing is fucked here, man. Nothing's fucked, dude.
Okay.
Rogue's relatively the same. We want a good 4-drop, and Mire Keeper's actually one of the only 4-drops that we can get. We don't really want to cast Fandral on 4, but we do want to ramp. We want to ramp as much as possible.
So a little known fact about buffalo sauce is that
Yeah, that was a lot of hot sauce you just put into a pan.
well, and then
Oh.
you put in butter.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta have butter. What's her name? Paula.
Paula Deen.
Paula Deen would be proud.
That's the Paula Deen non-racist strain.
Paula
It's the-
Deen. Paula Dean's running for president, I think. Independent.
That's what I've heard.
So like generally, I think Innervate Mire Keeper more often than not is the wrong play. Like you just want to wait because Innervate has so much more flexibility with double nourish. Before when the token druid decks were a thing, and they had that strategy, it was okay because you needed a threat. You needed something to build on a lot of the time. But especially with this hand, like this hand's actually very bad. And if we don't pick up something cheap, it'll likely lose us the game. Because we have several turns. Like we need maybe Wild Growth this turn would be amazing. Maybe Idol would actually merit the Innovate because then we can have a threat on the board and we can also set up the Mire Keeper. But you need something to build on. It's very important. It's fine that we have Yogg because that's a plan, if you will.
Right.
But
Emergency plan.
yes, Yogg is always the emergency plan. we always like my friend Ant, who's a very very big streamer now. He's getting quite a lot of views. Always like literally praise to Ben Broad whenever you cast Yogg.
So you gotta
man.
put
I
it
wonder
down.
if Innervate's gonna get nerfed.
Innervate probably should have been nerfed a long time ago.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's what I've heard. Anytime they're like, yeah, nerfs are coming up, everybody would speculate that it was going to be.
if you look at it, like every zero mana card is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and since he's rogue, we're not actually under that much threat. If he coins out a Tomb Pillager, we're kind of upset, but that's Hearthstone.
It's Laser is with us.
Oh shit! New Jersey Mike Laser in the fucking house.
How's it going? Oh,
Those are extra curse words for New Jersey.
yeah. Well,
And natural born LP. Ouch.
Natural born alcoholic?
Maybe we got a pasta emoji, which is
It's close to pizza.
in the zone.
What are you doing with the?
Just mixing up the butter and the buffalo sauce for good vibes. You know what it is.
Yeah. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Probably nothing. He probably is thinking about an SI agent on curve. It's really fine to just like play a threat because he knows
For
we
him?
didn't. Yeah, he knows we didn't do anything, and he knows he has to do something because it's kind of an unfavorable matchup. If he knew he was going to just redagger last turn, he actually should have attacked the first turn that he had it, which is one of the bigger mistakes that you see with a lot of rogue players making when to dagger and why.
Do you like playing rogue or?
I love playing
Yeah,
rogue.
you love rogue.
Miracle, I learned to play Hearthstone with Miracle Rogue.
Okay, so I've got the fried chicken pieces, and I'm going to pour the buffalo sauce over the fried chicken pieces.
God,
Nice.
this is all happening in real life.
All right, so this is good. This is Edwin Van Cleef, I guess. Yeah.
Buffalo chicken is going to be ruined for you now after this buffalo chicken pizza.
Never. I love it. This is pretty awkward. I guess if we find Drake, we can merit using the Moonfire, but we also it's like we're gonna give up the innervate so that we can curate it here, just so we can have some sort of card advantage.
Right.
But we're also
And a
like
little defense, or no, you don't care about 6 damage.
yeah, you do, but progressing things to the combo because rogues have mostly been cutting the Earth Ring Farseer. You have several turns in advance to like plan how you want to do it, which is why Freeze Mage has been getting so. It's another reason why Freeze Mage is getting so popular because of the Shaman threat.
Yeah.
But the problem is that like if we find Malagos off this and we don't find Drake, then we suddenly have to, or if he even plays Conceal this turn, then we suddenly have to like find a way to not take 6 damage. Because keeping ourselves alive is still pretty fine since our hand's so clunky.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I guess we can just as easily do this. If we hit Moonkin, like we could do that. Okay, so there's the Malagos. And we have Moonkin, so we can also just like Moonkin this, but that leaves this fan very well positioned. So we kind of just prefer to have either Wrath or Drake off the top. I guess it's fine if we have Malagos, since we can have Emperor be playable, but this is a very bad position for us.
How long does it take to cook pizza?
I don't know.
6 minutes? 8 minutes? 7 minutes?
I'm just a child.
You should Google that.
I'm gonna Google it.
Alright, so this
Behind the
is
scenes.
an idol. And we have nothing to do. It's probably just fine to do this. Leroy Jenkins is damage to his face if we don't want to do that. Is Leroy best here? Probably. It's probably best in junction with Swipe, I guess. The problem is that like
something that's more sticky.
no, because we're just trying to clear the board. So like if like because we have these huge things on the board, like theoretically Leroy Jenkins can just turn like 4/4 into 2 1/1s if that's how we want to play it. It's also the most
Right.
flexible because Savage Combatant actually costs 6 in
Right,
the interactions
right,
that we want to play.
worth it, yeah.
So I think I'm actually just gonna take Leroy. We want to get a Wrath
Right.
or another Idol is fine, I guess. It'll give us another redraw at whatever we want, and if we hit Living Roots, then we're fine. If we hit Moonfire, then I'm gonna take Yeti since we don't want to take damage. There's another Idol.
Wow.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
God, that's so many cards.
I'm gonna take the Taunt, and I'm gonna take the Claw. But we're probably dead here.
No way. No way. Not after that many
Oh,
Raven
550
idols.
or higher.
We could have taken healing off the second one, I believe. I believe healing touch was in the second one. But like just redrawing to lethal or like a Moonfire and trying to progress the board is much better than trying to plan it for a situation where you're dead. Like if you're dead, just concede. You're dead. But if you can actually win the game, it's best to try and play proactively and win the game.
So when you're playing at this level, nobody's like playing on their phone on the John. you never just hang in there to see if like someone's at work and had
That's
to
as
put
high
their
as it
phone
goes?
down for a
Oh,
second.
like if they like played it to
Yeah.
disconnect? No, every single time. Every single time.
Every
If
single
my opponent has a heart attack, like right before he has lethal and he dies, I'm 100% fine with that.
That's a professional talking.
Rest in
right
peace,
there.
buddy. But
That's amazing.
some of my favorite Magic stories are like me winning the game that I shouldn't have because my opponent just like couldn't do things. All right, so he had the sap. That's unfortunate, but we're probably dead anyway. So like, let's figure out how we're actually gonna win this game.
Let's figure it out.
It's probably not gonna happen because like he can just as easily prep another conceal. There's the living roots that we wanted. So now what we're going to do is try to cast Yogg, which means that we can cycle him horror.
Where did that chill wind come from?
What do you mean?
From
The other-
three Raven
Oh.
Idols.
The other Raven Idol.
We had
Right,
three
right.
Raven Idols in a row.
He did use an eviscerate.
With both.
He did use an eviscerate and a backstab.
With the
Doesn't know
Fendrel
what's its own-
Stang Dong.
Yeah.
So I guess what we can do is we can claw and hero power plus Moonfire down the auctioneer so he can't draw cards, and then play the horror, which will eat up 7 damage, which is probably just this and this. And it also puts 8 damage to our face, so we'll be at 12, and we'll have to find 12 more damage.
Do it, bro.
The question is, do we still like? The question is, how do we find the extra turns that we need to cast this Yogg to like get us back in the game? And
Leroy
I'm not.
might help, right? Leroy, if we draw a swipe next turn.
Yeah,
Leroy
if
swipe?
we draw a swipe, we're just gonna Moonkin swipe. But I think this is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's what we're gonna do.
Wowzers.
Like auctioneer is generally the most important part.
Yeah.
Spell power is like the second because we can just like
Sorry,
flat out
what's
die.
This crazy Cyclops card that you played. Can we see that?
Oh, I got
I've
it.
been
I got off the
playing it.
idol. I got it off the Raven's idol.
I've been playing
but
that in
it's just a taunt that gets hell. That's-
Reno OTK deck that I made up.
I got a good feeling.
The important part is that it would clear if he wants to send this in, and he already used the sap, which is
And
Do they run? They run
Does
2
that
saps, don't
another?
they? Yeah.
yeah, but he's only 16 cards in, so we can play into
Oh.
a scenario where he doesn't have it, which is
Gotcha.
one of the only ways that we win this game.
Oh.
So he's Pillager, and I guess Eviscerate, or okay, that's fine. If he wants to send both of these, then that's fine as well. But he sends that. Okay. So this is step 1. We're still alive.
Yeah.
But we need one more turn to like actually be alive.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess.
You, know, you can't Fandral though, right?
No, if we want a Leroy, that's kind of a risky play. We could also just like get another removal spell. What 4-mana removal spells would we really want? Swipe, Wrath is also fine. Mulch would be acceptable because then we can 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess if we, no matter what happens, we can just cast
Tree
a
of
giant.
Life.
Tree of Life is not in standard anymore.
Oh. Well then, I stand corrected.
But Leroy just adds more damage, so like it would actually only remove 3 damage. So I think I'm okay with just doing this. If we get a Wrath, like that's worth playing into. We could also get what do I want to play into? I guess Cenarius.
Cenarius.
Healing Touch is gonna be the pick.
Woo! All right.
So this is 10, 13, 14. So he needs just like Eviscerate or score Cold Blood or something, and then we're actually just gonna jam Yogg as soon as it happens.
jam
that
it.
shit.
The key is to just jam it like before you can do anything else.
Jam it. Jam that rammer. Like Sean Kemp. For all my
For all your basketball
Seattle-
nerds
Seattle
that are
Supersonics
for all your
nerds.
35-year-old and over basketball nerds. All right, so I'm gonna rotate this pizza. That's what the internet said. It said rotate the pizza.
All right, so and our Yogg will be for 8 since we have our counter here. But
Wait, don't do it yet.
don't do it yet. You got to do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Don't worry.
No, I'll wait. It
Go
doesn't-
ahead. Go ahead.
Are we dead? We're not dead. That's good.
Okay, fuck it. I'm not gonna take that. thing.
Confused. Okay. That's-
Whoa.
My face, please.
Hey-o.
What is going on?
This is all going great so far.
That's not so
Well,
good.
we lost.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. Well, we also have all of these things, so this is pretty good.
Whoa, that's awesome.
His face. Oh, okay. That's fine. This is
Damn.
decent.
That was something.
Woof.
This is kind of what we wanted, I guess.
I think that's what you ordered, isn't it? You ordered a little AOE, right?
I prefer a body on the board, but yeah, yeah, this is fine.
He has so much health. What's up with that? Ruh-roh.
So I guess we should kill this since it's bad versus Fan of Knives. We have both swipes left in the deck. We have another Moonfire left in the deck. We have both Nourishes and our Feral Rage if we didn't use it to kill something, if I remember. We probably did though.
I don't remember using a Feral Rage, but
So he has 6 damage. He would have
Did
eviscerated.
we use one? No, we used Claw.
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter. We can't cast Scenarios, so I'm just gonna try and draw a card. It'll probably be like Living Roots of this, and then cast Giant.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a card.
Mulch is good as well.
Yeah. That's a casterism.
Yes.
That's a card.
That's a card. So we're gonna Living Roots so we can develop 12 power,
Okay.
and this like pushes us back in the offensive, I guess, so to speak. If he could have
Oh wait,
Leroy
do we have
Coldblood.
lethal? Oh no, we don't have lethal next turn.
No, we have 18 showing with Leroy, or 19
I
rather.
forgot about
he
the
has a million fucking
can't do
health.
scenario.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're dead. That's fine.
Are we?
No, unless
Yeah.
coin.
He saved a coin. No,
he got a
made
coin.
from a thing.
That was still a good match though. You really pushed
That
it.
was
You
good.
pushed that losing match to the fucking bitter end, bro.
Well, Yogg did.
You casted him.
Oh, no shame at 119. I got
I mean,
ranked
we still-
19
we still-
once.
You want to peek in? Here, I turned the light on for you.
Looks fantastic.
It looks like pizza, right?
Yes. In some regard.
Napoleon.
There's also. Oh yeah, General Napoleon top 8 Winter Championships, I believe.
Hey.
He can correct me if I was wrong. But last call is this weekend, so the last call is going to be very exciting.
Where are you watching?
Where am I watching? From my
Yeah.
house? I don't know. I don't really like. I don't really like. There aren't many like viewing parties. I guess.
I told after I said that, I realized like, doesn't everybody just watch
Yeah.
it at home?
Yeah, we watched. Oh, deck list for Druid? Sure. Here we go. Last weekend was the APAC Championships.
Did you watch it at like 2 in the morning or whatever?
Yeah, it started at midnight. We were cheering on Naviut, who everyone was rooting on to win. So like there were a lot of Discord calls that were talking about the matches up until he got knocked out, unfortunately.
Yeah, he got knocked out early. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's too bad.
yeah, it's not a very good player, but that's Hearthstone.
That's Hearthstone. Oh yeah, this is good.
The close. Yeah, so like it's effectively the same as like your old Mali Druid, but the Moonkin, Curator, and is there another card? Moonkin and Curator were put in the deck for Mire Keeper and one of the 3 drops, which adds a lot of synergy. Can't see the count for cards. Oh, let's see. Does that work?
Yeah.
So you want to run this back, or you want to switch to Shaman? What are you gonna do?
Whichever you guys
Druid's
prefer.
been killing
Well,
it,
what
but
is
I mean,
does
I'm
the stream have an
interested to see
opinion?
some-
Might as
Yeah.
well ask the stream, right? We always do.
Yeah, whatever stream wants to see. I don't mind.
And then I'm gonna make another pizza, cause we're bossing out. We're living that life. We're about that life. About that pizza life. Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana.
This is a great shirt.
Yeah.
Do you get stopped in the street? Like, yeah, nice shirt.
Not really. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time.
You don't spend a lot of
when,
time.
when I'm outside, it's mostly like in the subway or like I have like a hoodie on or something. But yeah,
I remember when Pokemon Go came out. One of your tweets was like, "Showed some guys in the park how to play Pokemon Go."
Yeah.
Guess you could say I'm
Yeah.
good now.
I was at I walked through what I realized was a Pokemon Go meetup on 110th and 5th Avenue, like right outside of
Yeah.
the park in Harlem. Mad people. There's
Yeah.
60 people there.
What a fun week that was before people stopped playing.
Yeah.
All right, I think this can come out. I think it's looking like totally beautiful right now. I think this pizza is going to be really exciting.
I don't know if the stream has an opinion on what they want to see yet.
think this pizza's gonna be so
I
nice.
mean, I've been enjoying the druid, but maybe more is more. Oh God, look at that.
That's pizza.
That is most certainly pizza.
This is pizza.
Oh,
The buzzer sounds. The place is not on fire.
Wow.
Okay.
That is so real.
That's real. That's legitimate pizza. It's all for you. All right. So we have this fun little guy. Oh, I forgot to do this. The fresh
Hey,
parm.
You didn't forget for long. That's like when Pizza forgot to do lethal, except he
Yeah.
did lethal by 10.
That's how it still counts.
The cheese.
As long as you get the win.
The cheese still counts.
That looks fucking delicious, dude.
Okay, that's good. I think I'm gonna take a picture for the Instagram. I don't often, but I will do it right now. All right. Did anybody say anything about anything?
Nah, I guess we'll just play Druid.
Play Druid.
Yeah, bring that around. You can dive right in, man.
He's gonna take his photo. I guess we'll just keep the game.
I'm taking a photo. I'm being a dork.
I guess like this is the most popular
I'd like
deck.
to see it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it. for
So
sure.
we'll just play some like regular shaman. This is kind of an older list. I guess this isn't the fire elemental version,
Right.
but it's a little bit more aggressive. We're playing Argent Horse Rider over fire elemental, and I guess so. Like in the mirror, that's really important because it cleans up totems very well, and it's also very proactive. We got another rogue, which is probably fine, honestly. Like so long as like we get two drops. We're gonna ship everything so that we can find Totem Golem, Feral Spirits, Mana Tide Totem. These are all very good early getting threats.
Let's put this here for a second.
None of the above.
Let's hang out there. Talking
It's
out
nice
loud.
that-
Talking to myself.
It's nice that the portals have been important.
Yeah, definitely. Harrison Jones. In this matchup, like rogues only have one deadly poison, so you can actually just cycle it for two if they have a regular dagger up, a regular 1/2 dagger, not like
yeah? That's interesting.
Yeah, regardless of like what he does, we can always just hero power. Hero powering plays into thing from below really well, and it also plays like into just like leaving flame tongue totems up. So these guys are just gonna like keep smacking each other, over and over again, which makes this better than just like playing Tunnel Trog this turn.
All right, I'm gonna try to go for a
last
round pizza. Dare to succeed.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But we do have the coin. Having the coin versus rogue is important because it shuts off SI agent in the early game.
Have you been seeing a lot of rogue on ladder?
Fair bit, I guess. Not really all that.
Is it all Mali?
No, most of it's questing adventure. This guy is Burgle, so he's playing the 5/6, the 5/6 for 5. I don't know what it's called. That discounts things.
The 5/6 for 5. Oh, that one. Yeah, I lost to that today.
He also hasn't hero powered yet, so like it's kind of awkward because we would prefer to coin this Harrison Jones, but he just stole 2 of our class cards. So it's kind of awkward what we want to do. We could just like Tunnel Trog coin Bolt, but there are a lot of better targets, and it also like falls in with Lightning Storm, so we can Lightning Storm next turn if we wanted to. So I'm just gonna pass.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I tore a hole in the pizza.
You gotta fold it back up, man. It's
Yeah,
okay. You
come
can
on,
make 2 long bean-shaped pizzas. That pizza looks magnificent.
This?
No, the
Yeah.
one.
Well, I mean the finished version.
Yeah.
This is kind of awkward. I guess this isn't really all that justifiable to Storm though. So like
You don't think so?
it's not, but we also might not have a choice because we have to get something on the board,
You have to staunch the bleeding.
which would be this.
What is that? That's a witch that summons a thing?
Yeah, he stole it from us with Burgle.
Oh.
The problem is that like he'll just like generate guys, and I guess if his other card is like Flamesong Totem or something, or could be
Right.
Thunderbuff Valiant. But we still always have Lightning Storm to fall back on. So I think what I'm going to do is just like keep hero powering. And
okay.
yeah, we could just as easily coin Feral Spirits, or we can just like Tunnel Trog plus bolt this down. It's kind of the same thing. but neither one is very good with this storm following up. Like, we'll be overloaded for 2 no matter what we do, so then we don't get the option to like totemic call plus storm. So next turn I'm definitely gonna like totemic call and storm.
Okay.
So I just have to pass for now.
Wow, pizza. That's deep. Deep.
Yeah, things sort of change. Like, if it was questing adventure rogue, we wouldn't have as much time.
Right.
But since he's not gonna like conceal a small thing, we do have that time. So now we have Spirit Claws. The question is, do we save this portal? Because we can go Tunnel Frog, Lightning Storm, plus Coin Portal. But we'd have to high roll both of these. So I might... I guess I Trog. The problem is... yeah. This is a bad spot. Because he still like hasn't done anything. But we can Coin, Bolt, and Spirit Claws now. So we just have to high roll one of these. And if we high roll both of them, we'll, oh, we high rolled neither. Oh, okay, we high rolled one. So we're gonna coin, yeah, bolt this, and hit this. And now we have this thing here. Hopefully you can't deal with it.
That's amazing.
But we'll follow it up with Feral Spirit since it's the most fluid draw. Like, we'll be overloaded for 3.
Give yourself a little time.
How do you like your pizza? Cheesier? How's that cheese situation there? Is it good enough, right?
Yeah, it's a fair amount of cheese. I've realized that, like, I like doughier crusts. I got into, oh, that's the other card that he got from Swashbuckler. I guess, is that acceptable? That's probably fine. It's probably the same thing, because, like, we can just Feral Spirits, or we can actually just, we can do Horse Rider and then, like, set up for a Spell Power portal here. Because he has to hit something down, right? Like, if we just play Argent Horse Rider instead of Feral Spirits, we still get the guy.
Right.
Second plan
What
is
do you think of that weapon?
this weapon.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What is this?
He got
Oh,
it. He got it for free, so it can't be too bad for him.
Yeah, that's summon a 4/2 elemental. Right.
Yeah, it'll create a body. I guess if he does, he's down a storm, so he might just like play a bunch of things. But we have Drake to play into. We have Spell Power Totem to play into. We have Feral Spirit plus Spell Power to follow it up if we do hit it off this. So this 4/2 actually doesn't last very long. And since he's playing a bunch of X2s, I think I'm okay with it. So this could be SI Agent, I guess. It is.
You called it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you normally call the fucking card that these guys are gonna play?
Yeah, I guess there's not much to
Variants in the meta decks.
yeah. If regardless, we can draw cards of Harrison Jones. So, but we really want to hit Spell Power Totem. It would be nice. We don't, as per Hearthstone rules. I'm just gonna draw 2 cards and try and hit the second Drake, since we're not gonna get much value. Like, this will hit here, and this will hit our face, but that'll also clear 6 damage altogether. And we have Blood Mage Thalanos.
That helps, right?
Yeah.
So we're in good shape right now.
We're in fair shape. He's definitely ahead. The problem is that, like, we have Flame Tongue Totem and Bloodlust, which both, like, they both require you to already have a board, and he just had removal to clear things out. So we have to kind of like find a turn where we can push everything ahead very well. If this is Fan into this, then we still have to roll Spell Power Totem. So, because he can, like, Fan of Knives. Oh, or he can do this. I guess he's not going to cycle. He's just going to take 5.
What's that?
Probably. Oh, it's a decent one.
Oh, wow.
As is this. So now we need Hex or we're just dead. I don't know why you would. Oh, okay. To pump his head one. That makes sense. So we need to high roll off everything. I guess we can go to 4.
Yeah.
So this would be 2, 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we could do is Blood Mage Thalanos and just Portal plus Feral Spirits, which would clog up this thing for a couple turns. He's already used the Backstab. He's going to lose his Spell Power, and he has to Drake into something if he wants to clear it entirely to get to our face. And even if he does that, he's only hitting us for 8. So we're still, like, alive, but we have a lot of things to play into. So I think I'm just going to leave it here. So we're gonna lead with this. This, and what else are we gonna do? We have to... Oh, we have the Feral Spirits. Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
What is this? Blood Imp, not Patient Assassin, never. And this also lets us like play into Lightning Storm a bit, because this will take 4 damage. We still have Spell Power to play into. Probably won't hit it next turn, but that's fine.
That's great.
Pizza. Motherfucking pizza, y'all.
Oh, our Blood Mage hit this. Oh my god, can this really not?
Oh, you got everything.
What is going on here?
Alright, so we're dead.
So pizza's ready.
Awesome. That means we don't have to play this guy again.
Alright, so let's see what the time is. So we got like 7 minutes left. You want to ask Pizza more questions while I'm munching on a slice of pizza?
I mean, I would love to see another Shaman game. That was our first.
Oh, that was the first one?
Alright,
Yeah.
so
Run it back.
we'll jam one and
but
talk.
Can we eat in?
Yeah.
before
Which one do you
these
want?
things Get cold.
Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
Here you
Our
go.
guests. Oh, thanks. This.
There might be a little bit. Well, hold on. Let me see. There might be a small plate situation.
Yeah,
Here's a small plate.
it's too hot.
Okay.
That's
Small plate coming up
Sasha,
for you.
You just destroyed. You just
There you go.
destroyed a buffalo chicken fucking pizza from scratch.
Woo!
What's the secret with dough?
Buy it from the store.
Yeah.
Or not the store, but the pizzeria. Excellent technique.
Yeah, we can use the chicken the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with this little guy right here. Pizza is pizza.
That's what's up, dude. Oh man. Right.
I have to say, not making crust is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Buying it.
That is goddamn delicious.
Quite legendary.
Yeah.
I had legend on my pizza game.
Wow.
Thanks to Dave for making pizza sauce.
Is that what we did?
Well, last time we made the tomato sauce.
Uh-huh.
So this is it.
Wow. Bravo.
You going for one more?
Might as well.
I meant slice of pizza.
Oh.
Do both.
Yeah,
Do both.
do both?
You do both.
Oh.
Live the dream, bro.
This is the ultimate challenge. I'll take this one. This one seems easy.
Fang Hall Stanghorn. What's the guy's name?
Andrew?
Vandrel?
Fandral. Fandral Stangthorn.
Take both? Yeah.
So what now what do the next few months hold for you? Pizza as a signed Hearthstone player. It's kind of a weird time, right? If you're not like in the main tournament. You're practicing basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Practicing, streaming is gonna be important. I'm still gonna be like laddering as much as possible just to like get a feel in the meta, but things are kind of casual at this point, I guess. You can say like once BlizzCon happens, tournaments will be happening. I believe the first one is in December, where it'll be the Northern Arena tournament in Canada, and so I'll be going to that.
You'll be going to that?
Yeah.
That's great.
That'll be the first one that offers points, I believe. The first major that offers points.
That's so cool. And have you done that? Like, have you traveled to a tournament before?
Yeah. When I played Magic, I played Magic since like I was like 15 or 16.
I was looking at your Twitch bio. You have like some pretty high national finishes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We're actually just gonna hear. Like, I think we should actually hero power since we can Feral Spirits into Totem Golem this turn. Like, we're not under that much threat.
Right.
and
He
the
didn't play a minion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has the coin, so
Oh, yes, the coin.
we can just as easily Maelstrom Portal. But like,
What's that card back there?
Christ, this is delicious.
that he's using? I'm not sure.
I don't know that.
All right, so this is a bow, I guess. Oh, clock touches. Okay.
So what's your game plan?
I go back in time and roll a spell power totem, I guess.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yowza. That card needs to get nerfed.
This card is very good.
It's pretty strong. But the
I
thing
guess-
is, Hunter has no card draw at all.
Let's quick shot.
Well, quick shot is one card that draws one card if your hand is empty. And I guess it's good at this card is good at emptying your hand.
So now I guess what we could do is just send it. Like it's probably freezing trap. So we can send this in bolt if we want, or we can just like feral spirits and
Bolt.
attack. Since we have like if it's explosive, that's the wonderful thing about these secret decks is that you just don't even know a lot of the time what they're playing. But I think what I'm gonna do is feral spirits since you can't interact as well. I'm feral spirits, and I guess if it's cat trick, we'll like still play into portal,
No
which
cat
it's
trick.
not. And it'll probably be freezing trap, in which case we can flame tongue totem to
I
play
get
around
that,
snipe
yeah.
and freezing trap.
Great.
But yeah, I guess this clears entirely, so we don't actually have to attack with this. This plays around freezing trap and explosive trap.
Oh shit, dude, you blew my fucking mind. The flame tongue is gonna trigger the snipe, and if it doesn't trigger the snipe, you get to run the healing totem in for the freezing trap.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Wow.
Glorfindel and HCO15.
Yeah.
And I'm Straya Mate, all with us now.
I'm straight.
Awesome. Oh, did he bolt? He,
Mate.
I'm straight.
Hello to all. Pizza eating pizza, says HCO15.
Super meta, baby.
What's happening?
It's all happening. Alright.
snipe. Yeah. So it's snipe. Let's see if it's freezing. I guess it should be. Oh, we didn't check for freezing yet, right? So we can do.
No, we did not check for freezing.
So I guess we can do nothing.
Where did the...
It was a snipe.
No, but where did the...
Quick shot.
Oh, quick shot.
Yeah, this is one of the ways that like you can sort of balance out the game. I guess we're gonna freezing because if it's freezing and we lose this guy, he gets a free kill on this. So we'll just let these two hit each other.
Okay.
And then we can go hero power or we can go totem golem thing from below and like try and remedy this situation. The fact that he just gets 0 mana spells makes that card like so incredibly powerful. That's fine, I guess.
So...
Eat this.
Totem Golem into the taunt?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Like we want to get rid of this just because like kill command is
I was
such a big
thinking
such a
like
big threat.
Totem Golem into Lightning Bolt.
I think what I want to do is thing from below lightning bolt
Since
since it's just a bigger
Just
threat.
develop the bigger board, yeah. And a little defense.
Although, yeah, I mean, mostly just because I don't want to overload myself for 2. I want to be able to cast the Drake on curve. Or on relatively on curve.
Shaman Curve.
So this should be, I guess, it's not cat in the hat. Yeah. So we can roll out cat in the hat. So now, like, we're pretty confident that it's
Freezing.
freezing now.
Because you haven't attacked once. He's traded everything in.
It could also be explosive, which would render this entire thing kind of awkward.
Yeah, but you know. Because now you play it for free just about, right?
It'll be 6 if.
Oh, 6, right.
Oh,
But if you play
that's
a totem,
interesting.
right?
We could just hero power. We could just hero power and then Thalnos. Thalnos is very good for like clearing these things up, and like we're not really under that much pressure. Even if you kill
You're not
commands,
going to attack in, are you?
no,
Yeah.
we're gonna proc the freezing with this or the.
Man, this is so. This is
So, are you going to attack the grandma or the face or fake or go face?
I'm gonna attack the face now since it procs both of them. He already has 2 beasts, so we can't really do anything about it. It's freezing.
Okay.
And now since we know it's secrets, the only out that he has to a really big board.
Oh, we
Is,
have a
um,
full board clear though, right? Oh, almost.
Yeah,
quite.
I mean we could. I think
You
it's
don't-
better.
You don't clear the grandma.
Yeah, we get to if we just make a really big board now. Like let's say we go 3, 4, 5, 6, it will be overloaded for 3, and then we can't like really go Blood Mage Thalnos. So it's kind of awkward to do so. I guess being able to go Thalnos and Portal makes it justifiable though.
Right.
So I'm going to Feral Spirits, Hero Power, and then not play anything else, so that we're not overloaded. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess that's fair. Whatever.
So heady.
So heady, dude. This is why I am not at Legend. This is why I hang out in the teens.
Well, you've gotten to the single digits.
Thanks to the hunter deck you put me onto.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. Cha-ching.
Buffalo chicken hunter.
Hopefully he doesn't know what to do. He's gonna just hit here.
I think that's exactly what you wanted him to do, right?
Oh, Sylvanas is interesting.
Sylvanas.
I get. Is Storm good? Storm's probably good. How do we beat Storm though?
You mean what's a better play?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not sure what it is because this is a really good. This is a really good situation for him to be in. What we could do is hit here, and then still go with the Blood Mage Thalanos portal play, which leaves us with 4 bodies and a 5/4 contesting this thing, and no beast in play, which is probably the biggest part about everything. So I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, dude, that went that went way over my head, man.
Heyo.
Okay, this other pizza is ready.
I guess this is fine. We're also not overloaded now, which is one of the more important parts, because everything that he trades into now dies to Lightning Storm, or everything that he could get now dies to Lightning Storm. Ideally, he'll just run out of threats. Now that we've dealt with one Highmane and we're about to deal with the Sylvanas, both hexes. Oh, okay, that's just another thing.
That's a big dog.
Oh, he just did nothing. That's interesting. Okay.
Face back. Oh.
So it's 12, 13, 18. Ugh. This is kind of gross. I guess what would we prefer here? That's a good question to always ask yourself. Like what
Right. Do you want to clear the board? Do you want to smash him in the face and make him keep managing you?
Because we could actually ignore Rag right now since we're gonna build such a big board. And he didn't attack. Like I guess we can Drake, Golem, Hero Power, which would fill the board, which makes Rag bad. It also makes Sylvanas bad because he'd have to trade in here. So, but we can check first with Drake to see, because we still have Lightning Storm as an option, and then it also sets up Bloodlust for lethal. So I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yes. So.
I think that's what I prefer. This is really bad to Lightning Storm, but we're also at a healthy life total, so I'm not sure if I really care all that much. And we can just smack him in the face since we have Lightning Storm follow up.
Right.
Oh, this is.
If he didn't attack, he has a
dude.
reason to attack.
Jesus.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
It was a very good pizza, by the way.
Go ahead and enjoy
It's
it.
the best pizza I've ever had in my life. That's a fact. It's a fact, Sasha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Buffalo chicken pizza?
I mean, who knew? I didn't even know.
I've never ordered it,
Yeah.
but now I'll put it on the menu.
Nice. That was pretty much ideal.
We still get to draw cards. Now our Lightning Storm and everything else is lethal, right? So this would be 12, 15. Okay, so we prefer one of these to die. And this is 12, 22. So yeah.
He's going face with that, huh? Why would he not take out the Blood Mage?
Whoa, twice now the Ragnaros to face. Murder.
Okay, so he's dead.
You guys?
This is it, man. This is the game. Alright.
Oh.
Sasha.
Pretty decent.
I almost forgot.
Oh, we forgot to squelch again.
Sasha, you gotta take us out.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Pizza, for eating pizza and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck in the 2017 season. We'll be cheering for you in all of your events. We'll come out and visit you in Queens.
It's that now.
No,
Really?
when you're streaming.
Oh yeah.
We'll cheer you on while you're streaming.
Oh yeah.
And thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be back in 2 weeks with some fun cooking stuff. I think we're gonna make some very fancy cheese puffs, French cheese puffs. What are they called again?
Something with a G.
Gruyere.
Yeah.
Gruyere, I
Oh,
think.
my.
We're gonna be making some gruyere, which are just cheese puffs, cheesy puffs. And
Pizza with some shout
Pizza,
outs.
yeah, you want to shout out some more of your things, your Gale Force people or anything like that?
Yeah, shout out to everyone. I'm eating right now. It's really
Oh, okay. Well, I'll drink it. Here, cheers. And Pizza, would you like to give some shout outs?
I would. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Shout out to Gale Force for signing me. I guess that's the extent of
Yo.
everything that encapsulates. Everybody who's been watching me on my stream, it's really awesome of you. I didn't think that people would like want to watch me just like talk.
Dude,
about
you
art
have a really
I like
really
your
awesome
stream,
stream.
man.
It's great.
I really
you're
do.
you're
But,
so good at interacting with everybody, and it's just you're good.
Yeah, shout out to them. You guys have always been supportive, which is awesome, and just like everybody else, feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
Feels good.
All right. On that note, peace out. See you guys in a couple of weeks. Enjoy the fall seasons and all the leaves changing wherever you are, or if you're in South America and you're tuned in, the summertime.
Yeah.
Enjoy the summertime.
The rainforest being destroyed.